Rohan? Well, friends, so a very pleasant good evening. Welcome to the session today. Let's get started. It's the same class. I'm also hosting the same class live on YouTube on my channel, Rise and Speak with Raj. Those who are interested can also log on there. I'll share the link with you shortly. Well, friends, so a very pleasant good evening. Welcome to the session today. Let's get started. It's the same class. I'm also hosting. Yes, moving on. I think yesterday we happened to begin a session actually, but we couldn't continue it precisely because of the internet connectivity issues and so on. Let's continue the same paper. Okay, today we're going to talk about a different material actually, which is very specifically designed for WIPRO. Over the last couple of sessions, I've been talking to you about the material that is based on amcat, but this material is going to be something different. We have not come across so far, but this is very important material also. Let's begin to share that and keep watch that. Okay, just stay on. I'll share that link with you. Ronnie. One sec. Ronnie. Hello, mute yourself. There's a lot of personal info here. Yes. Okay. Yes. Can you all now see it clearly? The screen is clear. My presentation is clear for all of you. We're typing your answers on the chat box. We'll continue. Yes. So moving on, visual ability questions and answers with solutions. Let's check it out. Question number 1 to 5. Choose the synonyms of the following words. If anyone has unmuted, please do mute yourself so that your conversation, private conversations, will not be heard to the entire group in the session right now. Okay. Yes. So check out with answers also have posted here, so you can easily check this out. Okay. Yes. Indolent, meaning we need to find out only the synonyms first, and then we'll have the antonyms section later. Indolent means inactive. So the answer is already given here, option C. Okay, let's check out the other options. Crabbed, intent, inactive, and diligent. So the most appropriate expression here is inactive, precisely because indolent means something which is not able to move at all, does not move at all, stagnant. So it here, inactive is the most appropriate answer here for indolent. Okay, next, convention. The meaning for this word convention is okay, option B, assembly. Okay, convention, you know, we find a lot of conventions. Okay, there's a convention going on here, spiritual convention, we say. There is wedding convention, they say. We call convention halls, such kind of names are there. Okay, convention is nothing but gathering of people together, coming together of people is called convention. Okay, that's what we say, assembly. Okay, the perfect answer here is option B, assembly. Next one is ornate. Ornate options here is a sink, effortless, simple, and adorned. Ornate and actually this has the origination from ornaments. Ornaments, you know, some gold articles which people wear, especially the ladies wear, they are called ornaments. Okay, that comes from ornate. Ornate means to decorate oneself with gold articles. So perfect answer is option D, adorn. Adorn also means decorate. Alankarinchukunta. Perfect word in Telugu is alankarinchukunta. So adorn. Okay, ornate. Perfect meaning here is adorn. Okay, check out the other options like shrink or effortless, simple. All three of them means very easy. Shrink also means easily done or easily carried out. Effortless, simple. All three of them mean similar. Adorn is a different word. Adorn means to decorate. So ornate means to decorate oneself with the different art, preferably with the ornaments. Okay, gold ornaments. So adorned is the perfect thing. Next one, concede. Concede meaning caper, canter, revel, and conceal. The perfect meaning for concede is revel. Revel means what we call to thing. That's called reveling. Okay, he has reveled to do this. Means to force someone to do something or to force yourself to do something. So concede actually means revel. Okay, option is already given here, option C. The rest of the words do not actually fit in. Caper or canter means to jump. Okay, jump like a horse and all. Conceal, to hide. So it does not have the meaning here. So the perfect word to conceal is revel, to force, to make someone to do something. Next one is neck. Bottleneck. So bottleneck actually means a problem, a serious problem, but this word is more often used in the business context, in business conversation. So bottleneck actually means a block, a barrier. Okay, indulge, dilemma, or headache. These things are not formal enough to match with the meaning of the word bottleneck. Bottleneck means barrier. There are a lot of bottlenecks in handling this project. Okay, his business is facing a lot of bottlenecks. How to overcome these bottlenecks in this project? How to overcome the bottlenecks in this business? Means barriers, the blocks, something that hinders or blocks your business. So bottleneck means barrier and often used in business. Next, from 6 to 10. So direction, choose the correct word in order to fill in the blanks. So here, the second part in the WIPRO paper is filling in the blanks with the appropriate options that are given below. Let's check out the first one. Spirituality is also about dash life in an dash magnanimous and righteous manner. Okay, so spirituality is also about dash life in an dash magnanimous and righteous manner. Okay, so check this out. Spirituality is all about options: untie, observable, remorseless, undeniable, pestilential, transparent, traversing, altruistic, delay, and prominent. Now my son has switched off the light, so there was some immediate blackness. That's the reason, the darkness behind me. Just hold on. So which one fits in here? So this particular statement is all about spirituality. Spirituality is also about traversing life in an altruistic, magnanimous, and righteous manner. Okay, so the perfect answer here is option D, traversing and altruistic, and an altruistic, because here just before this word already article is given and here, so that itself indicates that there should be a sentence that has the sound of a vowel. So naturally, life in an altruistic, okay, undeniable, so altruistic. The perfect option is traversing. Traversing means traveling from one place to another. Okay, so spirituality is all about, okay, traveling means not just physically going by train or by bus, anything like that. It's all about traveling means moving from one stage to another in terms of your spiritual thinking. So spirituality is all about traversing life in an, okay, yes, altruistic, magnanimous, and righteous manner. Altruistic actually means the explanation is also given here. Traversing means travel across or through. Altruistic, showing and in a disinterested or selfless concern for the well-being of the others, which means unselfish. So altruistic stands for unselfish, without being selfish. Moving on to next, next question. It is remaining detached in the midst of worldly attachments, performing one's duties without giving in to one's egocentric dash. I'll bring it into the next page so that you can easily see both the question and the answer in the same page. Yes. Check out the answers here, the options here. It is remaining detached in the midst of worldly attachments, performing one's duties without giving into one's egocentric dash. Okay, so two blanks here, and the most fitting in options over here, there are almost 4 here, not actually. There are 5 options. Let's check them out. Lethal, monstrous, hinder, lucid, pestilent, manifest, noxious, palpable, meticulously, disposition. Okay, so look here, this paragraph talks about again more about the spirituality and how we need to stay away or get detached from the worldly attachments. Okay, ప్రాపంచిక సుఖాలకి ఎలా అలవాటు పడిపోయినా, ఎలా అతుక్కుపోయి ఉంటాం, వాటి నుంచి ఎలా డిటాచ్ అవ్వాలి అనే దాని మీద ఈ పారాగ్రాఫ్ ఉంది, ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్. సో performing one's duties meticulously, okay, meticulously and without giving into one's egocentric disposition. Disposition means character, behavior, okay. Meticulously means systematically, well planned. Lethal, these words do not fit in these options because lethal means dangerous, monstrous, very huge. Hinder, to block, lucid, very clear. Pestilent, okay, pestilent means something that stops someone, okay. Manifest, to reveal. Noxious, in a negative manner. Palpable, which is not related to this, or let's say something which is not connected, okay. And the perfect options here are meticulous, meticulously, and disposition, okay. Check out, it is remaining detached in the midst of worldly attachments, performing one's duties, okay, meticulously without giving into one's egocentric disposition, okay. Systematic ga mana pani manam cheskuntu veltam, plus without surrendering yourself with egocentric disposition. So అలాంటి egocentric behavior లేకుండా ఉండడం అనేది సిస్టమాటిక్ గా పనులు చేసుకోవడం అనేది, that's what we call detaching from the worldly attachments. That's what it means. So meticulously and disposition. Yes, a brief explanation here. Meticulously in a way that shows, meticulously means in a way that shows great attention to detail, very thoroughly or very completely, very systematically. Disposition, a person's inherent qualities of mind and character. Moving on to next question. It is one's dash gratitude for all of life's blessings and contentment with one's lot with no dash of greed or covetousness. Am I clear? So here, this talks about, this paragraph is talking about the covetousness or the greed. Covetousness ante atyasa, wanting more and more without sharing with others, okay. It's like, no, you are greedy for getting something. Similar word to covetousness, okay. It is one's dash gratitude for all of life's blessings and contentment with one's lot with no dash of greed or covetousness, okay. It is one's dash gratitude, okay. So let's check out. It's one's options are capricious, conspicuous, freakish, visible, occasional, subtle, personal, discernible, profound, vestige. So the perfect answer here is option E, profound and vestige. Check out the blanks once again. It is one's profound gratitude. Profound means in depth, okay. A complete dedicated gratitude, okay. It is one's profound gratitude for all of life's blessings and contentment. Contentment means being satisfied with what you have, with one's lot with no dash of greed or covetousness, with no vestige, with no vestige. Explanation, let's follow this. Profound means of a state or a quality or an emotion very great or intense. Vestige, a trace or a remnant of something that is disappearing or no longer exists. So vestige means something which does not exist at all, or rather kanumarigaipoyinattuntadi, something that does not exist, does not show up to the world. So that's called vestige, okay. So these two blanks fit in the best. They're profound and vestige. Let's read the statement once again. It is one's profound gratitude. Profound gratitude means deep gratitude. Gratitude ante krutagnata, thankfulness. It is one's deep gratitude. Deep means profound gratitude for all of life's blessings and contentment with lot, with the no vestige of greed, with the no vestige of greed, which means where greed does not exist at all. Where greed, atyasa లేనటువంటి దేవుడికి కృతజ్ఞతలు కలిగి ఉండడం అనేది నిజమైన జీవితం. That's what this paragraph talks about, okay. Moving on to next question. Spirituality is a dash state of peaceful bliss, not due to external dash, but due to a strong inner connect with one's own divine core. Going on, spirituality is a dash state. It is a dash state of peaceful bliss. Bliss ante deep happiness, okay. Bliss stands for a deep happiness. Spirituality is a dash state of peaceful bliss. Options: private, distinct, perpetual, stimuli or stimuli అని కూడా పలకొచ్చు, explicit, loosened, concealed, ruthless, and disguised. The perfect answer that fits in here is perpetual and state of peaceful bliss, not due to external stimuli, but due to one's own divine core. Are we clear? Perpetual means permanent. Permanent, continuous. Okay. Take action. Okay. Act upon something. So that's called stimuli. Perpetual and stimuli are the two. Moving on to 10th one. You can check out also the explanation here. Perpetual, never ending or changing, like thing or event that evokes a specific functional reaction, equipped with the dash wisdom to dash of the transitory aspects of life over what is transitory. Let me take this to the next page so that you can get the question and the answers quite near to each other. Yes. Equipped with the dash wisdom to acknowledge the dash of the transitory aspects of life over what is transitory. So check out the options here. Primordial, sublimity, relentless, exposed, release, glaring, unbind, indisputable, seize, groveling. Okay. So check out the options, the 5 options given here. Primordial means starting from the beginning, from the primal days. Sublimity means what you call beauty. Relentless. Relentless means without any rest at all. Okay. Relentless means without any remorse for it. Okay. Next, exposed. You know the meaning. Release, glaring, does not fit in. Or indisputable, seize intended to stop. Groveling means to murmur at, to shout at, or to talk a little bit, to grind the teeth at. Okay, so the perfect answer that fits into these 2 blanks is option A. Okay, it is being equipped with the primordial wisdom, the primary wisdom, to acknowledge the dash of the transitory, sublimity of the transitory aspects of life over what is transitory. So primordial and sublimity, both of them fit in the best into the blanks. Primordial means in the beginning. Let's check out the explanation here. Primordial, existing at or from the beginning of the time, primeval. Okay. Sublimity, of very great excellence or beauty. Sublimity means of great excellence or of great beauty. Moving on to next question. So directions for questions from 11 to 15. So let's read the instructions here. This section is nothing but spotting the errors in the entire sentence or paragraph. So 11th question here. This is very common and very simple way of understanding the questions. This is all about spotting the error because the entire sentence is divided into 3 or 4 parts, and we need to identify which part of the sentence has the error. You need to identify the error. You need not correct it, just identify the error. Okay, let's begin. 11th question. During the so-called golden age of Islam, which despite what the, that is part A, part B, fanatics claim was not a narrowly religious age, part B, the early science of medicine, which addressed early techniques of nursing too, was studied and respected. That is part D. So the entire sentence, in fact, it's not a sentence, it's a bigger passage. That's what it's a mini paragraph, we can call it. Okay. So this has been divided into 4 parts, and which part of the sentence has their answer? I mean, has the error. Let's try to find it out. First, let's begin to read this. During the so-called golden age of Islam, which despite what the fanatics claim, first of all, understand the meaning of the word fanatics. Fanatics are those who are crazy about their own religion. Okay, religious fanatics, we call them. Some people who are so what you call negatively crazy about the religion. They want to die or they want to kill for the sake of their religion. So they are called fanatics. Okay, fanatics claim was not a narrowly religious age. Up to this part, we do not have any error here because everything is fine in terms of grammar. The early science of medicine, which addressed early Techniques of nursing 2. Yes, the error is here. The error is in part D actually. Nursing 2, TO2 ka dekho, it should be TOO. TO should be replaced with TO because nursing also was studied and respected. So the error is part in part D of the sentence. Yes, techniques of nursing 2. Explanation. Replace 2 with TOO. TOO means in addition or also. That is the meaning. Next question. The argument was that the term fake news allows the debate to be framed as a textual problem, while it remains a ethical and social one. Yes. So the entire statement has been divided into 4 parts again. Her argument was that the term fake news, part A, allows the debate to be framed as, part B, a textual problem, while it remains a ethical and social one. Boys, try to identify some mistakes here. Which part do you think? Boys, I mean all those in the class. Boys and girls, try to identify. It's easy. You can easily identify that. Fantastic, Kanchala. Yes. The error is with part D here because it remains A ethical is wrong. We are supposed to replace A with an because ethical is yes, unethical. Yes, one. Unethical because ethical is a word that begins with a vowel and has a vowel sound. Therefore, before vowel sounds, we are supposed to use an article and it is not a. So the error is in part D of the sentence. It remains unethical and social one. So part D has the error. Yes. Replace A with an. Moving on. Yeah, there is a brief explanation also. Use A before words that start with a consonant sound and an before words that start with a vowel sound. Other letters can also be pronounced either way. Just remember, it is a sound that governs whether you use A or an, not the actual first letter of the word. Next one, 13th question. When one views them as rigid self-constrained systems, this part does not have any error, check them out. In Mortal Kombat and Researchers for War Total Victory, one exaggerates a difference among and disregards differences within communitarianism and liberalism. Check this out. This paragraph here, when one views them actually refers to communitarianism and liberalism. So this sentence talks about 2 items or 2 things called communitarianism and liberalism. So here, let's check out once again. When one views them here refers to communitarianism and liberalism. When one views them as rigid, self-contained systems in Mortal Kombat and searches for total victory, one exaggerates the difference among and disregards. One second. One exaggerates difference among. Can we use among when you are talking about 2 things? Yes or no? Can this word among be fitting into this sentence? Because we are talking about just 2 things called communitarianism and liberalism. Isn't that so? The error is, yes, you're absolutely correct, Harita. So the error is here because one exaggerates difference among kadu, difference between, because it's between only 2 things, communitarianism and liberalism. Therefore, we are supposed to replace among with between. So the error is in this part C. Okay. Yes, part C. One exaggerates difference among and disregards. Explanation. Replace among with between it, into, or across the space, separating 2 objects or regions. Moving on to 14th question. Like most post-colonial scholars, I have written reams about the double standards of Western colonial and imperial power, the cultural hegemony of the West, the pernicious influence of the Orientalist myths, and so on. Yes. Check out part A, part B, part C, and part D. The entire short passage has been divided to 4 parts. Like most post-colonial scholars, I have written reams about, reams here stands for reams and ardham. Reams means short writings or poems, or it could be even articles written about something. I have written reams, means written articles about the double standards of Western colonial and imperial power. Imperial power. Actually, this is where the error is in part C, because it's not imperial power. It should be imperial powers. It's plural. Colonial and imperial powers, the cultural hegemony of the West, the pernicious influence of the Orientalist myths, and so on. So the error is in part C. The power kadu, it should be the power should be replaced with powers. The error is in part C of the sentence. Yes, next one, our 15th question. In the past few years, there has been an exponential growth in polarized websites and social media activism aimed at truthless propaganda before elections. Okay, so in the past few years, there has been an exponential means very high growth in polarized websites and social media activism aimed at ruthless propaganda before elections. Any error do you find? Read that once again so that you will have better clarity about the entire sentence to understand. In the past few years, there has been an exponential growth in polarized websites. Nothing wrong about it. And social media activism aimed at ruthless propaganda before elections. Let's see if there's any. There is absolutely no error in any part of the sentence here. So the correct option is B, no error. Yes. So directions to answer the questions from 16 to 20. Choose the best alternative for the sentence completion. So you need to complete the sentence by filling in the blanks with the options that are provided just below the question. Okay. There is mutual and public interest dash and curbing arbitrariness in this stance. The governor or president space to act in a partisan manner. Partisan. Okay, so check this out. The options are on reviewing such the loopholes, for reviewed such loopholes, yet reviewing such loopholes, in reviewing such loopholes. Which do you think actually? Look here. There is mutual and public interest. Look here. Immediately after the word interest, we are supposed to have a preposition called in. That is a common, what you call common rule. I am interested in you, we say. I am interested in reading. I am interested in watching cricket. So after interest, we usually use a word called in. So here, out of the options, 4 options here, not 4, 5 options, D alone has that preposition, option alone, D option alone has begins with in. So therefore, the perfect option that fits into this blank is interest in reviewing such loopholes. Option D is the perfect answer. Am I clear? Because interest tarvata eppudu kuda in ane preposition vadali. So that's why we use in reviewing such loopholes. Moving on to next question 17. What makes a celebrity wedding so crackling is the way dash if they were a part of it, participating in the romance and glamour. What makes a celebrity wedding so crackling is the way dash if they were a part of it, participating in the romance and glamour. Options: it could make millions feel as the, it would be making millions feels as, that can make millions feel as, so this can be made millions feel as, it can make millions feel as. Yes, the perfect answer here is option E. It can make millions feel as. It stands for the wedding, the celebrity wedding. Okay. What makes a celebrity wedding so crackling is the way it, okay, it can make millions feel as if they were a part of it, participating in the romance and glamour. So the perfect answer here is option E. Moving on. Next question. This story of malpractices, apathy and delay dash is likely being repeated too frequently for comfort. This story of malpractices, apathy and delay, dash is likely being repeated too frequently for comfort. So the options are on addresses, in addressing urgent safety and concerning, in addressing urgent safety concerns, on addressing urgent safety concerns, at addressing urgent safety concerns. What do you think fits in the best here? Look here. The story of malpractices, apathy, and delay in addressing. Okay, perfect answer is option C. In addressing urgent safety concerns. Okay, in addressing. Delay in addressing. We never say delay on addressing. Delay at addressing. We don't use it. Delay in addressing. The story of malpractices, apathy, and delay in addressing. Okay, the safety concerns. Is that true? Yes. Urgent safety concerns is likely being repeated too frequently for comfort. Option 18. Yes, 18th question is over. Yes. 19th one. Jeb, we first met at Delhi airport. Jeb, actually, it is not a name. Even first time when I read this question, I thought it was a name actually. It is, Jeb is not a name. It is a Hindi word. Jeb means when. Okay, when. So this is how it's been given. Jeb, we first met at Delhi airport, dash of flight to Srinagar, most of us were strangers. Okay. Jab here stands for when we met. Let me replace it actually. When we first met at Delhi airport, our flight to Srinagar, airport dash our flight to Srinagar, most of us were strangers. An hour before we were on board, an hour before we were for boards, an hour before we had off board, an hour before we were to board, 8 hours after we were to board. Option D is the answer here. Option D fits in the best here. An hour before we were to board. Okay, let's fill in. When we first met at Delhi airport. Okay, an hour before we were to board. Option D. An hour before we were to board our flight to Srinagar, most of us were strangers. Okay, option D is the best answer here. Moving on to next question. Sharif stated that terrorist organizations were thriving in Pakistan and non-state actors dash in Mumbai. Yes, check this out. Sharif stated that terrorist organizations were thriving in Pakistan and non-state actors dash in Mumbai. Were responsible for the carnages, was responsible for the carnage, had responsibility for the carnage, that responsibility for the carnage. The perfect answer is was responsible for the carnage. Actually, B and C, both of them are the same. It's no problem. B or C, any of them can fit in here. Was responsible for the carnage. Stated, Sharif stated itself is in past tense. Naturally, no? So, stated. Sharif stated that terrorist organizations were, this also indicates it is past tense. Non-state actors, see, remember, this particular commas, it talks about non-state actors. Actors, and you might feel it as it is in plural, but here, actor of a terrorist organization. So it is a single word. This is to be treated as singular. Therefore, was responsible for the carnage. Carnage. You understand the meaning of the word carnage? Carnage means, okay, as we pronounce it, carnage. Yes. So carnage means killing of a group of people, the mass killing. Okay, group of people to be killed, or people who are killed, groups are called. That's that particular stage or that particular state of being is called carnage. Carnage is nothing but mass killing, killing of group of people. Like we say Jallianwala Bagh carnage. You know, when General Dyer ordered the people who are gathered there for discussing the freedom fight issues. So General Dyer ordered them to be killed, and all the soldiers shot them at, and thousands died in that particular thing. So that's what we call in the history, in Indian history, we call it Jallianwala Bagh carnage. Carnage means killing of group of people. So the perfect answer here is option B. Yeah, of course, C also can fit in both because both of them are of the same answer. Next one is 21 to 25, 21st to 25th answer. Choose the antonyms of the response. So the first opening of the paper, we happen to discuss questions, synonyms, and now we are talking about antonyms. So check out the antonyms for the word wane. Wane. Wane means to die off, to disappear. Antarinchipota, kanumaragavipota, that's what it means. So perfect opposite for wane is revive, to bring back to life. Wane means to slowly off, to die off slowly, to disappear slowly, to stop existing gradually. That's called waning off. Okay. See, what you call respect for teachers is waning off in the modern youth. Am I right or not? Teacherలను గౌరవించడం అనేది మెల్లమెల్లగా అంతరించిపోతుంది ఈ రోజుల్లో ఎవడు పెద్ద పట్టించుకోవట్లేదు. But we need to revive. Revive means to bring back to life. Okay, respect for teachers because they are like our parents at school or college. They are the ones who design a part of life. Yes, wane opposite is revive. Restore to life, the meaning is. Wilt. So opposite of the word wilt. Smother, perish, bloom, wither. Yes, perfect answer. It's already been given here. Bloom. Okay. Used to express annoyance for or for emphasis. Okay, bloom. Yes, that's what wilt. Wilt means to what to call to disappear. Similar meaning actually, or to die off. So bloom means to slowly flourish, annoyance, or even for emphasis. Yes. Tainted. Tainted. Opposite of the word tainted. Proverb. Eminent. Adapt. Wholesome. The perfect wholesome actually means healthy. Okay, the completeness. So tainted means part of it, or okay, whereas wholesome is healthy, covering the entire part of it. So opposite for tainted is wholesome. Zealot. Opposite. Impious, bigot, fanatic, calvinist. Okay. So zealot actually, opposite of zealot is impious. Zealot ante addam, a pious person, a person who has a lot of zeal to pray to God. Someone who prays to God regularly, who has a lot of devotion towards God, is called zealot. Opposite is impious, a person who does not have piety at all, a person who does not have any respect or who does not even have any devotion to God is called impious. Opposite of zealot is impious. Next one is zigzag. 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 Opposite is oblique, winding, unbent, crooked. Zigzag. You know, like going in twists and turns and twists and turns. That's called zigzag. The perfect meaning for zigzag is crooked. Crooked meaning. But opposite is unbent. Option C. Without any bent. Straight. Okay, straight. That's called unbent. So zigzag opposite is unbent. Yes. Make unbent means make or become straight from a bent or twisted form or position. Moving on to next. Read the paragraph carefully and choose the correct option. Yes, 26 to 30. Usually there are 30 questions in WIPRO. So I forgot to mention, I think I discussed that in the previous sessions also. There are 30 questions based on verbal ability. So the last 4 questions or 5 questions will be based on reading a paragraph and answering the questions based on the passage. Okay, that's called reading comprehension. Read the paragraph carefully and choose the correct option. Let's read the paragraph first. Keshava, the washerman, had a donkey. They worked together all day, and Keshava would pour out his heart to the donkey. One day, Keshava was walking home with the donkey when he felt tired. He tied the donkey to a tree and sat down to rest for a while near a school. A window was open. So actually, he tied the donkey to the tree and he was just resting there under the tree. But the tree was very close to the school, and the school window was open. One of the classrooms window was open. A window was open, and through it, a teacher could be heard scolding the students. Here I am, trying to turn you donkeys into human beings. So actually, the teacher is scolding its students by saying, here I am trying to turn you donkeys. You guys are all donkeys. So the teacher is trying to call the students donkeys into human beings, but you just won't study. As soon as Keshava heard these words, okay, a man who could actually turn donkeys into humans, this was the answer to his prayers. Impatiently, he waited for school to be over that day, and only the teacher remained behind to check some papers. Keshava entered the classroom. How can I help you? Asked the teacher. Keshava scratched his head and said, I heard what you said to the children. This donkey is my companion. If you made it human, we could have such good times together. The teacher decided to trick Keshava. The teacher wanted to play a game with Keshava. He pretended to think for a while and then said, give me 6 months and it will cost you 1,000 rupees to turn your donkey into a human being. The washerman agreed and rushed home to get the money. He then left the donkey in the teacher's care. After the 6 months were up, Keshava went to the teacher. The teacher had been using the donkey for his own work, not wanting to give it up. He said, oh, your donkey became so clever that it ran away. He is the headman of the next village. Headman and the head of the village. Okay, so your donkey ran away to the next village and became the headman in that village. When Keshava reached the next village, he found the village elders sitting under the tree, discussing serious problems. How surprised they were when Keshava marched up to the headman, grabbed his arm and said, how dare you? You think you are so clever that you ran away? Come home at once. The headman understood someone had played a trick on Keshava. I am not your donkey, he said. Go find the sage in the forest. Go and meet the sage. Sage means Muni. Okay, Swamiji. Keshava found the sage sitting under the tree with his eyes closed, deep in meditation. He crept up and grabbed the sage's beard. He went and held the beard of the sage. Come back home now, he shouted. The startled sage somehow calmed Keshava. When he heard what had happened, he had a good laugh. Then he told the washerman kindly, the teacher made a fool of you. Your donkey must be still with him. Go and take it back from him. Try to make some real friends who will talk with you and share your troubles. A donkey will never be able to do that. Keshava returned home later that day with his donkey sadder and wiser. So that is the story. Beautiful story, actually. A little funny also. Yeah, my little kiddo is laughing here. Yes. So let's check out the questions here. Why was Keshava keen to meet the teacher one day? Why did Keshava meet? Why he wanted to meet? Keshava wanted to ask the teacher how to make his donkey a better companion. Wrong. He wanted to learn more prayers as he was devout. Wrong. He had been reliably informed that the teacher had changed donkeys into human beings. I think A is perfect. Keshava wanted to ask the teacher how to make his donkey a better companion. Yes. Okay, he had been reliably informed that the teacher had changed donkeys into human beings. No. He heeded the teacher's words of advice and wanted to study. None of these. The perfect answer is Keshava wanted to ask the teacher how to make his donkey a better companion. So option A, as I already said. So option A fits in here because that is the intention. The primary intention of Keshava is he wanted his donkey to be turned as a companion, as a human being. Next question. Why did Kesava interrupt the discussion among the village elders? Village elders were sitting under the tree and discussing. And why did he interrupt them? He did not agree with their views on different issues. Wrong. To confront the headman who had cheated him out of the 1,000 rupees. Wrong. He wanted them to get justice for him. Wrong. He was looking for the donkey and wanted to ask for directions. None of these. Anandi? Yes, sorry guys, I was on a little serious call. We have just a couple of questions more. We'll complete them. What made Keshava pull the sage's beard? He wanted to wake up the sage who was asleep under the tree, or here the headman requested him to move the sage from under the tree. He wanted the sage to explain what had happened to the donkey. He misunderstood the village headman and took the sage to be his donkey. So the correct answer is option D actually, because he misunderstood the village headman and took the sage to be his donkey. Yes. Why did the teacher ask Keshava to leave the donkey with him for 6 months? He realized that the donkey would require a lot of training. To reduce Keshava's dependence on the donkey, he wanted to reduce the donkey from, rescue the donkey from Keshava, who did not know to treat the donkey properly. So the perfect answer here is option A. None of these really matches there. Okay, which of the following is not true in the context of passage? The donkey was overburdened by the teacher. The teacher was cunning by nature. The sage laughed at Keshava and treated him unkindly. So the perfect answer is option A, both A and C. Check out option A, both A and C. The donkey was overburdened by the teacher, yes. And option C, the sage laughed at Keshava and treated him unkindly. These both statements are not true, because we need to find out the statements which are not true. These two statements are not true. Okay. Fine, friends. That is the end of today's session. I'll see you with more energy in the next class. Thanks a lot. Have a great day and good night. Bye-bye.